Dear public school students, your teachers are lying to you. And no, I'm not talking about the test that your teacher said was going to be on Friday, only to push it back to Monday because she decided to sleep in. What I'm talking about are all the lies your teachers keep repeating about gun deaths. The fact is, while your principal is having you do code red drills as if there's going to be a mass shooting every semester, your odds of dying in a school shooting are less than your odds of drowning or being struck by lightning. The odds of anyone in America dying in a school shooting are so low. You're more than 100 times as likely to win $1 million or more in the lottery as you are to die in a school shooting. On average, over the last 2 decades, there have been fewer than 15 shooting deaths at schools per year, while around 1,600 new lottery millionaires are minted every year. That's an enormous disparity, but it still doesn't give the full picture of just how unlikely dying in a school shooting is. Many of the school shooting deaths we're including here occurred after school hours, or didn't involve any students at all, and merely took place next to a school. If you control for factors like these and just look at shootings where K-12 students were murdered at school with a gun, you'll find that every minute a student spends riding a school bus is 27 times more likely to be the death of them than any given minute at school is. Dying in a school shooting just isn't a statistically significant cause of death in America. Let's compare those 15 broadly defined school shooting deaths that occur every year to other felonious and accidental causes of death. You're 3.4 times as likely to be killed by a lightning strike, 46 times as likely to be murdered by someone using their hands or feet, 106 times more likely to be murdered with a knife, 240 times more likely to drown, and a whopping 2,500 times more likely to die in a car accident. So as you huddle below your desk with the lights turned off while the principal announces the end of the code red drill over your school's PA system, you may find yourself wondering, what's the deal with all the scare tactics? Well, the reality is they are trying to scare you into giving up your rights. Most politicians and school bureaucrats want you to be scared, so they'll go out and demand that guns be banned before you're even old enough to buy a gun and go to the range and see what all the fuss is about. Because if you're terrified, you're more easily controlled. Consider this. Think about all the times that you've seen reports on mass shooters and murders in school. Now ask yourself, how often do teachers show you coverage of regular people using guns to stop bad guys? I can't imagine that your answer is more than almost never. And that should shock you, because even by the lowest estimates from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, there are nearly 200 defensive uses with firearms every day across America. And most other estimates put that number in the thousands. So when your teacher pops on CNN 10 in the morning and you see some news coverage of a young person begging for more gun control, ask yourself why CNN 10 isn't showing a daily defensive gun use where someone stops a robber or a murderer or a rapist. Aren't those newsworthy events? Of course, you're not going to see that kind of daily coverage, and that's because they're trying to paint a picture of guns as dangerous murder tools that you should be afraid of and want to ban. In fact, they're so adamant about getting you to become a gun control advocate that they'll try to get you into trouble if you wear pro-gun clothing or just clothing depicting any kind of weapon at all. They claim their goal is to create a safe environment. But how safe is a school that is left completely disarmed and defenseless and punishes its students for exercising their First Amendment rights? It's time to take a stand against these liars and expose the truth about mass shootings and fear-mongering propaganda. It's time to use your First Amendment rights to defend your Second Amendment rights. Look at the shirts available below to see how you can help wake others up to the lies being pushed by your teachers in school. It's sure to make some teachers mad, but the fact is, the truth hurts when your agenda is built on lies. Let's work together to change the discourse and push culture towards a peaceful respect for the right to bear arms, for adults and for young people.